Today we will see how to use Reben's graphical method to find out active earth pressure on a retaining wall. The problem is a retaining wall has the following details. First, height of the wall is 7 meter, batter angle is 10 degrees, angle of wall friction is 20 degrees, unit weight of the soil is 16.5 kilonewton per cubic meter, angle of internal friction is 30 degree, surcharge angle is 10 degrees. We want to find out total active earth pressure on the wall using Reben's method. Here what information is given? The first thing is height of the wall, capital H 7 meter, batter angle, that is inclination of the retaining face with the vertical, theta 10 degrees, angle of wall friction, that is delta 20 degrees, unit weight of the soil, gamma 16.5 kilonewton per cubic meter, angle of internal friction, that is phi 30 degree, surcharge angle, that is inclination of the backfill with horizontal, it is 10 degree. We want to find out total active thrust on the wall, means PA, that is capital PA, kilonewton per meter run of the wall. We have to use graphical method, that is Reben's graphical method. Let us show this data on the diagram. This is the retaining wall. Its height is 7 meter. So H is equal to 7 meter. AB is the retaining face. Angle of battery is given 10 degrees. So angle of battery is this angle. This angle is denoted as theta, which is 10 degree. Okay. This is ground surface, which is inclined to the horizontal. This angle with the horizontal which ground surface makes is denoted by I or beta, which is equal to 10 degrees. It is also called as surcharge angle. We want to find out total active thrust by this backfill, for which we will require angle made by this inclined face with the horizontal. This angle is called as alpha. Okay, so here alpha is equal to 90 minus theta, which is equal to 90 minus 10 degrees. Hence, alpha is equal to 80 degrees. Alright, let us begin with the graphical procedure. To start with, we have to select a scale. Let us select a scale 1 centimeter equal to 2 meter. So, height of 7 meter of this wall would be represented by how much distance? It would be 3.5 centimeter. Alright, so let us draw the retaining wall. Take the height as 3.5. This is 0 and this is 3.5. This is a rough line which we have drawn. This is the vertical face, but the retaining face is 10 degree inclined to this vertical line. Hence, draw that inclined face using protractor. That angle comes out to be 10 degrees here. Accordingly, join the line. It would be like this. Okay, but the height of the wall is up to this point only, from this point to this point. Hence, draw a horizontal line to provide base to the retaining wall. Okay, so this is the retaining face. This is the crest, and this is the base of the wall. Alright, let us label the points. This is point A, and this is point B. Height of the wall, this height, it is 7 meter. Okay, now show the angle, this angle. How much is this angle? This angle is theta, that is batter angle, 10 degrees. This angle is alpha, which is 80 degrees. Alright, now next job is to show the ground surface passing through the crest. Let us draw it. The ground surface is inclined at 10 degree. Angle of surcharge is mentioned. So this is the horizontal line passing through the crest. To this line, ground surface is 10 degree inclined. So this will be the ground surface. Angle, this angle is I, which is 10 degrees. Okay, this will be called as ground line or ground surface. Next step is to draw phi line through the base of the wall. Now phi line is inclined at 30 degree with the horizontal. Angle of friction is given 30 degree. Hence, it will be inclined at 30 degree to this horizontal line. So this is 30 degree. Now start drawing a line through the base of the wall, that is point B, so that it will intersect the ground surface. It has intersected this ground surface at point D. Alright, and angle made by the line with horizontal here is phi, which is 30 degree. And this line would be called as phi line. In the next step, we have to draw a psi line. Now what is psi? Psi is the angle made by a line with this phi line. At what inclination this psi will be? Psi is equal to alpha minus delta. How to get this? Alpha is 80 degrees and delta is angle of wall friction, which is 20 degree. Hence, psi is equal to 60 degree. So draw psi line which will be inclined at 60 degree with this phi line. Let us draw. This line will pass through base of the wall. This is psi line. This angle is psi. Next step is to draw a semicircle considering BD as diameter. So draw a semicircle, for which we should know how much is the diameter. Measure the diameter through point B to point D. The distance comes out to be 10.2. So this distance is 10.2 centimeter. Hence, if this is a diameter, the radius will be half of that, which will be 5.1. So somewhere here we'll be getting the center of the semicircle. Take that as center and draw semicircle. This is going to be the center and this much would be the radius. Using this much radius, draw the semicircle. Thus, this semicircle has been drawn. Thereafter, draw a line parallel to this psi line through point A so that it will intersect this phi line. Let us draw that line, for which we have to use set square or a roller. This is a line to which we want to draw a parallel line through point A. This particular line is called as psi line. So to psi line we are drawing this another line. So to psi line we are drawing this parallel line which is passing through point A, and now it has intersected this phi line. This point would be labeled as point E. It is point E. After that, draw another line which will be perpendicular to this phi line passing through point E. Draw the perpendicular line. This is that line which is perpendicular to phi line. This angle is 90 degree and let us say this point is point F. Okay, now take BF as radius and draw an arc in this manner so that it will intersect this phi line. So take B as center and BF as radius and draw the arc. Thus, we have drawn an arc by taking BF as radius in this manner. It has intersected this phi line at point G. Thereafter, again through point G, draw a line parallel to this psi line so that it will intersect the ground surface. Let us draw. This is psi line. Okay, to this line, draw another line parallel passing through point G so that it will intersect the ground surface this way. Okay, so this is that line which we have drawn parallel to this psi line, and it has intersected the ground surface at point H. Again, take GH as radius and draw an arc so that it will intersect this phi line again. Let us draw it. Thus, here we can observe when GH is taken as radius and this arc has been drawn, it has intersected this phi line at point I. Immediately join point I and H. Thereafter, complete this triangle. So the triangle GHI will help us to find out the total active thrust. Area of this triangle will give us the value of total active thrust, for which we will require base GI and height, this height of the triangle. Get the height and base of the triangle. To get the height, we have to draw a line perpendicular to the base. So GI is the base of the triangle and perpendicular will be drawn in this way. So this is 90 degree. Alright, so measure this vertical distance, it will be the height of the triangle. Measure the base GI and thereafter calculate the area of the triangle. Here, base of the triangle GI, it comes out to be 2.4 centimeter, and height of the triangle we are getting as 2.2 centimeter. So let us mention the distances. Here, base of the triangle, it is 2.4 centimeter and height of the triangle is 2.2 centimeter. Alright, here we have to convert these distances into the side distances. So what is the scale? Scale is 1 centimeter on our drawing is 2 meter on the side. Therefore, base is 2.4 centimeter. Hence, on the side, what will be the distance? It would be multiplied by 2, which will be written as 4.8 meter. Here also it will be multiplied by 2, which will be 4.4 meter. Now using this base and height, we can easily find out area of the triangle. So area of triangle GHI is equal to half base into height. This is equal to half base is 4.8 meter and height is 4.4 meter. Therefore, area of the triangle GHI comes out to be 10.56 square meter. Alright, now how to calculate total active thrust? Total active thrust on the wall is represented by capital PA, which is equal to unit weight of the soil gamma multiplied by area of triangle GHI. Here, unit weight of the soil is mentioned as 16.5. Area of the triangle is 10.56. Alright, this is 16.5 kilonewton per meter cube and this is 10.56 square meter, the area which we have found out. Hence, capital PA will be equal to 174.24 kilonewton per meter run of the wall. This is our answer. What will be the rupture surface here? The rupture surface is going to be surface BH. So this BH, is going to be the surface of rupture. Rupture surface. From this we can say that ABH would be the Coulomb's wedge that will fail when there would be active earth pressure condition. BH is going to be the rupture surface and the magnitude of total active thrust in that situation will be 174.24 kilonewton per meter run of the wall acting at h/3 distance. What will be the direction of this PA? We will try to understand it from this diagram. Here, this is the retaining phase AB, which is inclined at 10 degree. To get the direction of PA, what we have to do? We have to draw a line normal to this inclined phase. So this is the line which is normal at 90 degree to this retaining phase. PA will be making delta angle, that is angle of wall friction, which is 20 degree with this normal, and it will be shown like this. This is the direction of total active pressure PA, acting on this wall, it will be acting at h by 3 distance. Total height is 7 meter. Hence h by 3 will be 7 by 3, which will be 2.33 meter from the base. In this way, we have found out total active thrust on the wall using Rabin's graphical method.